welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Lori Albert. My name is Lori Albert and I am a medium and intuitive. Spiritually Speaking is a feel-good, interactive, intuitive conversation that embraces all things spiritual. Each week we discuss different spiritual or life topics. I have occasional guests on, and I take your calls on the spirit line for viewers to be part of the conversation, or if you'd like to receive a reading. So welcome to the show. Interesting week it's been, hasn't it? I know, and I say this every week too. I feel like I say that every week, right? It's crazy. Have your computers been going nuts? Oh my God. So last week after I did the show, my internet just went down, like this extender thing that I have, right? So the internet went down. So I was like, oh my God, I gotta fix it. And all of a sudden, so I kept unplugging it, plug it back in, you know, all of the stuff that you do. All of a sudden, it started working the other day. And I'm just like, thank you. Archangel Uriel and Archangel Michael. They're very protective of my show. I'm so blessed. I swear to God, I know that sounds silly, but they're very protective of my show. Archangel Michael is like always right there. So it's really it's just cool. So at any rate, but get ready for Mercury going into retrograde. It has been really, really ridiculously crazy the last week and a half. You know, I don't mean, oh, hi, Delia and Maria. Hi, guys. Yes, I know. And 5 different planets. Thank you for reminding me of that. I appreciate it. 5 different planets are retrograde right now. It is insane, right? So last week, for whatever apparent reason, I decided to start a cleanse. Right? How ridiculous is that? It was so insane. I couldn't get it together. First of all, my brain was off this way. My emotions were off this way. Everybody was pissing me off. I mean, the dog was pissing me off. Well, how does a dog piss you off, right? Everybody was pissing me off. So, at any rate, my girlfriend gave me a teddy bear. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And that really made it better. So, at any rate, hi, Eric. Thanks for joining. So glad you guys are here tonight. So, yeah, so we can get through Mercury being in retrograde and all these other planets. We can get through this together. We can. I know we can. Because here's the thing. And this is what my husband, not into any of this stuff, right? So he says to me, he says, you know, so his computer's been acting up, right? I'm serious. Everybody I know's computer is acting up. It's crazy, right? So my husband says, oh, my computer, it's driving me crazy. I said, Mercury's going retrograde. And he goes, you know, really? It doesn't make sense, Laura, seriously. And I said, he's like, great, so fine. So what are we going to do? And I said, here's the thing. If you know it's going retrograde and you know that you need to have that little bit of extra patience, then you're more aware. That's all it is. That's really all it is. Be more aware. Be a little bit more patient. What do I say? The 3 Ps. Oh boy, I hope I remember them. Positivity, persistence, and patience. Always, you have to have those, because if you don't, you're just going to go nuts during this period, right? So yeah, so I wanted to tell you that. And so yeah, it's been quite the interesting week. But today it was like a brand new day. Are you guys feeling like the brand new day today? It feels really fantastic to me today. So yeah, it's been, it's going to be really interesting, I'll tell you. Okay, so we're going to start off tonight's show. This is what we're going to do. I am going to do the cleanse. Do I have that on my brain or what? So we're going to sage. And then I'm going to read you this week's astrological forecast, which is really crazy, and I know I say that every week. He is so right on. It's so funny. He is always right on, and he writes this stuff before anything happens in the world, so it's kind of crazy. Anyway, and then we're going to do a meditation, and then I want to talk to you guys about 2 of my very favorite spiritual teachers ever, and it's just going to be a glossing over, but I want to talk a little bit about Gandhi, and I want to talk a little bit about the Dalai Lama and what their teachings actually have to do with in the world, right? So, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines and we will do psychic readings. We will do mediumship readings. So get ready to call in a little bit. Okay, so don't call yet. Isn't that nice of me? Well, at least I'm telling you. So, okay, so let's get started with where's my, okay, so I'm taking my sage and I am burning, getting this ready. Okay. All right. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. So here we go. And here's the prayer. I break up and release all stagnant and negative energy from this place. May peace, light, and divine love protect us and be ever present. So thank you, John Edward, for creating that prayer. It encompasses everything, which is what I love about it, because it's like protection, it's getting rid of the negativity and the stagnant energy, and it's love, right? So there you go. Anyway, so we are all saged. Yeah, you should see me running around saging this last week. I mean, it was like when the internet went down, I was like saging the thing. And I'm just like, and then of course, when I started going crazy because of my cleanse, I'm like saging myself. Because, you know, you can't be too careful with that stuff. So at any rate, okay. So, all right. So this week's ruling planets. Oh, I have to tell you guys about my glasses, right? So I go and I needed new glasses, right? New reading glasses. So I go to the dollar store and I realized they have all the colors. I thought, oh, I'm going to get every chakra, right? I was super excited. So I got every chakra color glasses except for green. They didn't have green. So if anybody can find a green reading glasses, let me know. So, all right. Now, let's start this. Okay, so rulingplanets.com, that's Christopher Renstrom. This is the horoscope for the week. Okay, this is for everybody. It's a general forecast for everybody for this coming week, starting yesterday. Anything on shaky legs will crumble and collapse this week as the lunar eclipse in Aquarius triggers an unforgiving Mars-Uranus square. This will impact enterprises with questionable backings, situations past their expiration dates, relationships that have overstayed their welcome, and boastful claims stretched past the point of credibility. I swear to God, he writes this like way in advance. Okay. People can try to excuse, explain, and even cover up the truth, but it will be plain to see. The emperor has no clothes and is parading around in the buff. It's a stark and tell-all moment. But if there was ever a time to snap out of that spell you've been under, it's now. So, yeah. Woo. Okay, then. Let's get rolling with that. So be careful this week, you know, just be good. And you know, and here's the thing too, like I said before, let's start being patient, you know. Hi, Tasha. Hi, Shelly. Nice to see you, Shelly. And Francesca, thank you for saying about the beach. You know, I took this photo at the beach. I'm at the beach. What am I saying? I'm at the beach. Don't you wish we were at the beach right now? I would love. It was 113 degrees today when I pulled up, and isn't that crazy? So at any rate, so that's that. All right, so now I channeled a really cool meditation. I channeled a really cool meditation this afternoon. It was really amazing. Like, and all I have to do is think to myself, okay, I need to, what do I want to meditate about, right? So I was meditating and I was like, what do I want to meditate about tonight on the show? And it just like, my spirit guides are so freaking incredible. They really want me to continue doing this show. Because, you know, every so often I think, oh, maybe I won't do it or whatever. Maybe I'll stop. But you know what? My spirit guides are like, come on, Laura, you got to do this. So I said, okay, as long as you guys keep telling me to do it, that's what I'm going to do. So, all right, so let's get ready to start this meditation. It's going to be really interesting. I hope you guys like it. So, all right, so let's all start to relax. And let's all relax our bodies, relax our minds. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining. I know. Isn't this beach picture great? I took this myself. I'm not sure where it was, though. It was either Mexico or Zuma Beach in Malibu. One of the two, whatever. So, okay, so I need to start this meditation. All right, so here we go. All right, so everybody start calming down. Get into your really comfortable place, and let's take a deep cleansing breath in, really slow, beautiful, deep cleansing breath in. And let's release. Let's get rid of all of the stress from today and the fact that it's so hot. Let's take another deep cleansing breath. And breathe out. Breathe out the anxiety from being in traffic or just anything that's been bothering you. Just let it go. We only need 5 minutes of this beautiful, beautiful relaxation. We want to relax our bodies, so let's go through our bodies. Starting at our head, let's relax our head and our neck and our back and shoulders, our arms. Relax our torso and our hips, pelvis area. And let's go down to our legs, our thighs, and our knees, and calves, and feet, hands. Let's relax our body. And let's also relax our minds. Try to relax your mind. Allow yourself to just, this short period of time for yourself, just relax your mind. If you feel like that you're all over the place, that's okay. Just calmly refocus yourself, maybe on just your breathing. Just focus yourself on the breathing. Let's place our attention on our crown chakra, which is just above our heads. It's a beautiful, pure, beautiful white color. And imagine that just above our head on the crown chakra is a lotus flower. And let's just imagine that lotus flower is opening its petals ever so gently and slowly, opening up. And as we're imagining this, let's also consider the pure white light energy that is pouring from something like a pitcher into the center of the flower and into your body, filling us up with that amazing, pure, positive white light energy and love. This is the most powerful emotion that there is. Absolute, beautiful love. Now imagine that energy is moving down all throughout your body into every single cell. So we ask today, as we enjoy this amazing feeling of love within us, that we become open to any message or lesson that needs to be learned or received, whenever and however it is supposed to be learned for our highest and greatest good. We ask that our minds and hearts remain open to all the possibilities and everything that this life has to offer us, and that we can manifest anything we choose with love, joy, and happiness surrounding us. And now just sit for just a moment and just feel that beautiful white light energy going throughout your body. Namaste. Wow, that felt so good, you guys. Did it feel good? Did you like it? Oh my gosh. Hi, Terry, Tari, and hi, Nadine and Karen. Hello to you guys. Thanks so much for joining tonight. I appreciate it. So yeah, did you guys like that meditation? Let me know. Oh, and you know what? I wanted to let you know what your chat question is. The chat question is that when you meditate, whether it was this meditation or whether it was another meditation that you do, what do you notice about what you're seeing when you meditate? Or what do you know? It doesn't matter what you're seeing. But it just matters whatever you're experiencing whenever you're meditating. What is it that you experience? Do you experience that pure love? Do you experience frustration? You could. Do you experience just that joy? Do you experience the stillness? Do you? Whatever it is, let me know what it is that you guys experience on the chat. So I'd love to know, because we're all in this together. You know, that's the one thing I keep stressing, you know, is that we're all in this together, and it's beautiful, right? So, okay, fun topic tonight. Okay, I need water so bad. I just can't get enough water lately. This is water tonight. I just can't get enough water. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about tonight is this. Our spiritual teachers that we have been blessed to be aware of have so much to teach us. And in these times of the craziness and the ickiness, let's go back and look at what they have taught us many, many, many years ago. And now, what are they teaching us, right? It's just a beautiful time. I know this sounds crazy because there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, but it's a beautiful time to be connected to your own spirituality. Okay, it's a beautiful time for that. Hi, Eric. What did you say? Oh, alignment. Absolutely. You know what? And that's a great thing to feel, because feeling that alignment will help you through the rest of the day. That is like the next thing to peace, right? So that's fantastic. And what's this? Okay, got to put the glasses on. New glasses, right? You know. So okay. So Tari says, yes, it was great. Thank you. I'm seeing whatever you say to see. Oh, that's good. That's good. The picture pouring the white light surrounding me and keeping white light ongoing. Absolutely. You know, it's so weird because I always think to myself, why do I always envision a pitcher? It's like a pitcher of milk, you know, except it's not milk. It's white light energy and it just comes out. It's so cool. But I mean, it's a great visual for that, you know. I just thought it was a really interesting, way to, what to see, you know, kind of thing. So, okay, so what I want to start off talking about is Gandhi, okay? He was an activist, but guess what? He also studied law. Who would have thought that, right? Who would ever have thought that? He got the name Mahatma because that means, he was given to him in the early 1900s, and that actually is the Sanskrit word for great soul. So how beautiful is that? And he was a great soul. He was really, really instrumental in helping India gain independence from England. And he was huge involved in the fight for civil rights, right? And as some of you may know, first of all, he was imprisoned for a long time. And he was also, he very famously, you guys might remember this, but he famously fasted in protest for different government actions that different government things were doing. Again, I'm just giving you the surface level and all this stuff. But it's so fascinating to really get a feel for who these men were, right? And who these amazing spiritual teachers were. Gandhi wanted religious diversity, and he respected all the religions, right? He didn't like that the government, he didn't appreciate that the government only would accept one, right? He wanted total inclusivity, right? He was a Hindu when he was born, but his views kind of changed over the years as happens to all of us, right? And he grew and he changed, and he sadly was assassinated by a crazed, I guess he wasn't a fan, but this crazy man in 1948. So, but you know, like I always say, his teachings live on. He was really influenced. Check this out. He was influenced by Leo Tolstoy. I bet you didn't know that, huh? They actually became friends and they wrote letters back and forth all the time. Because don't forget, this is in the early 1900s, right? So to the point where Tolstoy wrote a book called A Letter to a Hindu, right? And it talked about love, how love and pacifism are the keys to breaking free from colonialism. Okay? Like I said, there's a reason why I'm talking about this, because we can like really put into practice all of this stuff today, right? Gandhi was about using love as the weapon in the resistance, right? Love, using love as your weapon and peace as your weapon, right? His autobiography was called The Story of My Experiments with Truth. Fantastic title, right? Isn't that fantastic? He was calm and compassionate, and he was just a beautiful soul, right? A beautiful soul. His most famous, for me, one of his most famous quotes that I just try to live by is, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." That was Gandhi. So, yeah, wasn't he though? He was the change that he wanted to see. And he did what he could do in the way he chose to do it, right? And so a couple of his other quotes were, a man is but a product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. And doesn't that actually go towards what we thought last week, what we were talking about last week? Isn't that amazing? So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. And then another one of I love this quote of his. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. That's a big one, and we should always remember that. It's kind of like what was it Eleanor Roosevelt talked about, how nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission, right? So I love this, right? He goes inward, and it's all about the love, yeah. And so then another famous quote of his was, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you will live forever," right? So these are quotes that will absolutely live on forever, right? So like I said, I was just giving you the surface of him, who I just love, right? And then I wanted to talk about the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama, I actually saw the Dalai Lama, right? I mean, this is like, first of all, okay, so this is many, many years ago, right? And I happened to be in England because we were there for business, and we were doing some sightseeing and stuff. And we went over to by where Prince Charles lived. This is Diana had already passed away, right? So Diana had already passed away. I was trying to remember. And I'm standing there, and we're just like looking, and there's, the guys, the soldiers with the red and the big hat and whatever. And I'm standing there, and I'm just like looking at the door. And then all of a sudden, I see the door open, and I see the Dalai Lama just walk right out and get into a car, little car. Wasn't even like a big deal. It was just a regular car. And he gets in, and I'm just like, oh. I was like, oh my God, Keith, it's the Dalai Lama. It's the Dalai Lama. I was freaking out. Well, of course, you guys know how excitable I can be, right? I was freaking out. And so he drives past, and I just go, I was just dying. So what a great trip that was. And we got to see the Queen. Nobody ever gets to see the Queen, but I got to see the Queen. She drove past too. Everybody's going somewhere, right? So anyway, so that was like really exciting. So that's my Dalai Lama story. But anyway, okay, so let me tell you just a really short version of who the Dalai Lama is. You thought that was Michael Jackson? Oh, be the change you want to see in the world. Well, he probably got it from Gandhi. Michael Jackson was in his own right a spiritual teacher. I'm sorry, say what you will about the guy and whatever it is, but oh my God, Man in the Mirror, hello. I cry when I hear that song. Seriously, he was so insightful. Anyway, so let's talk about the Dalai Lama for a minute. The Dalai Lama, this particular Dalai Lama, is the 14th Dalai Lama, and his real name is actually Tenzin Gyatso, and he is the spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism. He is considered the reincarnation of his predecessors, and is the Bodhisattva of compassion. And he has lived an amazingly interesting life. I mean, he has had so much happen to him. He became the Dalai Lama when he was really, really young, right? So he was exiled from his home in Tibet in 1959 when China invaded and took over Tibet. Okay, so that is me making his long life a really short, a long story short, right? Since that time, he has lived in northern India, and he travels around doing talks and just doing all kinds of things. So he won a Nobel Peace Prize in 1989 for his efforts on a peaceful resolution to the struggles going on in Tibet, because he's always trying. He really expects that he will go back to Tibet someday. He expects that he will. So isn't that amazing? His teachings are basically centered around teaching people to be happy with themselves just as they are, through peace in your own mind. Right? I love that. I absolutely love that. Compassion is another emotion that he's really passionate about. Being compassionate, what he likes to talk about is being compassionate with everyone, not just those that you love. Like, not just being compassionate with your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your mother, father, whatever, or sisters, brothers. Being compassionate with everybody. And through doing that, that can create true happiness. I love him, right? He believes that all humans are created equal, and it's about finding that happiness that we all deserve, right? And so like Gandhi, he appreciated all religions and all spiritual practices, and he believes that all religions should respect one another, and that the thought process, and this is a huge point, okay? And this could cause some controversy in life, right? But this is really interesting because he believed that instead of a religion, whatever religion it is, Christianity, Judaism, whatever, it's not about, well, how can I say this? That there is, all these religions think that there's only one giant truth, okay? One giant truth. But his sort of thought process on that is that that giant truth shouldn't be everybody in the religion. It should be individual. Your own giant truth you need to start with your own core truth, and then live your life. And whichever religion that corresponds with, I guess you could say, that's who you want to be, and that's how you want to live your life, right? So I just find that to be so fascinating. It all starts on the individual. It all starts in ourselves, right? So a couple of his quotes. The goal. This is actually one of my favorite ones, I guess I should say. We need to learn to want what we have, not to have what we want, in order to get stable and steady happiness, right? That's a hard one to understand, but when you think that through, we need to learn to want what we have, not to have what we want, right? In order to get the stable and steady happiness. Isn't that great? And then a couple of his other quotes are, compassion is the radicalism of our time. Think that through, okay? This is the Dalai Lama saying this for years, and look at what's going on in the world right now. We need to have compassion, and it's considered radicalism. Seriously, that makes me crazy. That makes me crazy with so cool, just so cool. A couple other quotes of his are, people take different roads seeking fulfillment and happiness. Just because they're not on your road doesn't mean that they've gotten lost. So just because you have a certain way of being happy doesn't mean that everybody is going to be on that same road. So, and then lastly, one of his most famous one of his most famous quotes, I want to say, is, religion is very simple. My religion is kindness, right? So wouldn't it be fantastic if we could all just be that? Just be that. And you know what? That actually reminds me of a thing that I heard today, and it reminded me of, and I forget who actually said this. But before you say anything in your life, think of three things. Is it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary? Before you say anything. Isn't that amazing? And I've heard that before, and I forget who said it, and I apologize. I will figure out who said it. But I just think that is one of the most amazing things that you can do. And it stops you in your tracks before you end up saying something, right? So yeah, so it's kind of interesting. So that being said, let's see what's going on. Hi, Kate. Thanks for joining. And Delia and Shelly. Oh, beautiful teaching. Thank you. Thanks for I appreciate it. And Shelly said that you love that. Your own core truth. It's true. That is our own core truth. I love that. Right? So, okay. So before we move on, I'm going to open up the phone lines. I know a couple people have called. I apologize. But please feel free to call. Feel free to call. We will get you in, and I will give some readings out if you'd like. I know, and it's so funny. After the show, almost every week, I'll get at least a couple of people going, I was too shy. Can you answer my question or whatever? So I'm here. You can do the chat. You can write something on the chat, or you can call me, whichever you choose. So Bobby, hi, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Nice to see you guys today. I'm I have to tell you, yesterday I was thinking I might have to cancel the show because I felt so lousy yesterday from this cleanse I'm doing. It was bad. It was just bad. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I almost fell asleep coming home. Oh my God, it was crazy. Today, I woke up in a whole new different place. So there you go. So chat line is open, spirit line is open, and there you go. I do have, while I'm waiting for people, if you want to write in or whatever, I have a couple of fun stories to tell you. I'm not sure if I told you guys this story about the thermostat. I think I may have, but this is just so funny. A couple of weeks ago, I jerry-rigged the thermostat. I think I did say this on the show before, but just bear with me because it's just so freaking funny. I jerry-rigged the thermostat so that the air conditioning is always on while I'm doing the show because the lights and stuff on, I get hot, and I'm of the age where I get these little hot flash things, So at any rate, as the show's going on, I hear the air go off, and I'm like, uh-oh. What's going on? Show's over. By the time the show's over, I am dying, right? My face must have been beet red. I go over to the thermostat. It's like 81 degrees in here, right? And the thermostat somehow got moved up to 86 degrees or 85 degrees, whatever it was. Oh my God, I would never set it for 85 degrees. There's no way, right? I come to find out, because you guys know I do a spirit circle hereafter, I come to find out that I have a friend whose brother is quite the tease in his life. And I really like this guy. He's really fun, right? And because I'm about teasing. My husband and I tease each other all the time. We tease Carly. It's just fun, we just keep life light, right? And so I think he was teasing, and he turned the thermostat up. And so I was like, oh my God. But I was worried that the air conditioning broke. Can you imagine in this heat, the air conditioning breaking? So at any rate, so I have a couple of stories to tell you guys. It's kind of fun. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to tell you guys is about, this happened on Memorial Day, this past Memorial Day. Oh, Bobby, what's coming up for me in love? Okay, so before I get into the stories, I'll answer Bobby's question. Thanks for joining in, Bobby. That's nice. What is coming up for me in love? Woo. Wow. I feel like you're bowled over. I swear to God. When I read that, I went, whoa. I was like, whoa, I feel like that you're about to get knocked your socks off. Are you looking for love? Is that what it is? But I feel like that you're about to get bowled over with love. Somebody is about to come into your life who's just going to bowl you over. Bowl you over. God, I hate that terminology, but that's what's coming to me, so sorry. Isn't that crazy? Interesting. So get ready. Batten down the hatches. Here's the thing. Mercury is going into retrograde, so be a little bit cautious. It's really, really best, and I think it goes out of retrograde in August 16th or something. It's really, really best to never start anything new when Mercury's in retrograde. Like, don't sign a contract. Don't start a new job. Don't start a new love. So let's hope that this person that is going to bowl you over in your life, love-wise, is going to be after the 16th, because I think it's the 16th. I hope I'm right about that. So, so you're kind of looking for love, you know, you should be. Yeah, I feel like that you're such a sweetheart, and that, like, I feel like that a lot of people really like you. You know, you're just one of those people where you get a lot of attention. Just saying. I feel like that you have that type of personality where you get a lot of attention from the opposite sex. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So good luck. I hope things work out for you. Report back, would you? Because if you find like this, if somebody bowls you over, I'd love to hear about that. So yeah, that's kind of fun. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you guys is the story. I have 2 really good stories. I used to call them on my radio show, I used to call them spirit stories, silly spirit stories, you know, so just because they're just fun to talk about. So, okay, so the first one happened on Memorial Day, and I was giving a reading, and I may have told this story before too. I apologize. I never remember what I say. These shows just kind of like, because I always give the show up before I do it, so I never remember what I say, so I should really watch my own show, shouldn't I? At any rate, okay, so this is what the deal was. Oh, wait. Bobby said, that's very true, but I don't like it. You're really shy? I will. Yes, report back. So, okay. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. All right. So, Memorial Day, and I'm doing this reading, and this lady and I are having a great conversation and whatever and everything. She said, is there anything, do you see anything about my father? Is my father with us? And all of a sudden, within not 5 seconds later, I hear a plane go over the house, like a really low plane, and it had to do with, it was definitely, because it was Memorial Day, it was definitely a military plane. You know how they sound different? It was definitely a plane, and it goes right over the house, and I'm like, oh my God, he was in the military, wasn't he? And she goes, oh yeah. And I said, holy crap, because he just made a grand entrance. I think she even heard it over the phone because it was a phone reading. I do phone readings a lot. That's actually more what I do than not. But anyway, she even heard the plane, I think, and it was incredible. Oh my God, I was like absolutely blown away. So you never know what Spirit's going to do. You just never know what Spirit is going to, how Spirit's going to show up. Okay, so Delia says, no, I start a new job tomorrow. Well, that's okay. No. First of all, it's totally fine because Mercury doesn't go retrograde until the 26th, and you've already accepted it, right? So you're starting a new job tomorrow. That's okay. It's just when Mercury is in retrograde. That's what I've always heard. So, bought a new car on Saturday, the water pump broke. Oh, sorry. That really sucks. Oh, no. Well, Bobby, good. I'm glad you started a job in Mercury retrograde, and it seems like it's working out well, so that's good. That's awesome. That's really cool. That's actually really cool. You know, you can start a new job in Mercury retrograde. It's just not best to, because, like, I will say, I manifested a car. Right? I manifested my dream, well, one of my dream cars, which is a white Mustang convertible. And I manifested this car. Like, I worked it, right? And I manifested it, right? I bought it during Mercury retrograde, and that was kind of scary. I was really scary. And so it can work out. I will say it can work out. But I couldn't not get it, right? Because you can't, if you get a new car, you know. So, yeah. So it can work out. It's just, if you can wait, it's best not to. So that's what I'll say. Okay. Tari says, I love watching Spirit unfold. I'm waiting for some news. Do you feel any news? Oh, watching Spirit unfold. I get it. I thought that was a show. I was like, wait, what? I'm so confused. Okay, so waiting for some news. Do you feel any news is on its way? Oh. Not big news. I don't feel like it's big news. I feel like it's news. Does that make sense? I feel like that you're going to be getting a phone call and they're going to tell you something. And it's like something that you need to hear, but it's not like it's dramatic big news. Hope that makes sense, because that's what that feels like. And Bobby said, oh, okay, good. Oh, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. So yeah, it doesn't feel like it's big news, but it feels like it's like you're going to be getting a phone call and you're going to be hearing some news. And is it positive or negative news? What is it? It doesn't feel like it's positive or negative. It feels like it's just going to be news, and it's something you're waiting to hear about. So I don't know. I hope that makes sense. So Shannon, hi Shannon, thanks for joining. And Tari says, oh, thank you. Sure, of course. So yeah, you never know. You just never know. So okay. So while I'm waiting for people to, if you want, you can write in a comment on the chat, or you can call in. Spirit line is open. And I want to tell you guys another story. And this is actually, I know I've never told this one before because I really keep this one close to the vest, but I've been thinking I wanted to share this with you guys, right? So, or maybe I have told it before, I don't even know. But anyway, I do a circle here, a development circle for mediums for us to share and just keep our practice going, right? And then I go to another development circle. And it turns out that one person, somebody from that development circle, how can I explain this? How do I want to talk about this? Okay, we were channeling. I'm just going to put it this way. We decided to do channeling one night, okay? And channeling is when, oh, maybe I did talk about this, but whatever. Channeling is when you allow spirit to sort of semi-take over your body, okay? And your face changes, sometimes all these different things changes. And one night I had a spirit with me, and he felt really that there was a Native American connection and all of this stuff, like it felt really, he was really spiritual and blah, blah, blah. Really poetic. He felt really poetic and all of this stuff. And I felt like he was a big personality, huge personality. And so I start channeling him, and I'm talking and his spirit sort of overlays on me, and I'm talking and I'm channeling him. And after I was done channeling, I come out of it. I guess I'll put it this way. I came out of it, and we were trying to figure out who it was because it felt familiar. So I'm sitting there talking it through, what I felt, and all of a sudden it dawned on me who it was. It was Jim Morrison. Yes, the Jim Morrison from The Doors, right? So I'm still semi-channeling at this point when I realized who it was, right? I was a massive Jim Morrison fan. Massive, like huge, like I dated a guy because he looked like Jim Morrison. I mean, it was a long, long time ago. It was huge, right? So I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden I start fangirling, and I can feel the spirit going away because I'm literally fangirling. I'm like, oh my God, what do I know about him? Oh my God, I know he was really into Native American stuff, and he was this, and oh my God, Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison was just here. And I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. He's probably going to show up. But it was like so freaking amazing. Oh my God. I was like, this is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, yeah, so that's my fangirling Jim Morrison moment. It was really intense. So, sometimes I hesitate to sort of talk about channeling a lot because there's different sort of definitions that I know different mediums have about it. So when I say channeling, I might mean one thing, but like I know Teresa Caputo talks a lot about channeling, like, oh, I'm channeling spirit, but she means like she's, having a mediumship reading. So some people mean different things and that sort of thing. So, yeah. So Kelly, hi, thanks for joining, Kelly. And she's enjoying watching the show. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for coming and being part of the show today. Okay, so, Selena, my mom's passing anniversary is coming soon. It will be 7 years. Is there anything you can pick up from her for me? Any messages? Okay, so, Selena. That's such a pretty name. I used to know a girl named Selena a long time ago. So I feel, actually, I'm wondering, and I'm hoping you can type in the answers to this. Was she, and I know I've probably read you before, and I mean, like online, I think I've read you before, given you some stuff before. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. I just don't remember, and please don't take it personally, because that's just a me thing. So was she older when she passed? I'm seeing a woman around you that is, seeing a woman around you that is older, and I feel like she's got shorter, curly-ish hair. And she, like I say, she feels a little bit older. When I say older, I feel like maybe 60s or 70s. I'm not a good judge at that, sorry. And I feel like that she was on the shorter side. So I don't know if that's a grandmother or a mother. So if you can type that in, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. But I will say that this woman feels like very, very sweet and just adorable and just so sweet, and like a lot of flowers around her. I think that she really does this. She just, and this might sound like generic, but I feel like she got a lot of enjoyment from looking at flowers because they just were so beautiful to her. Yeah, so Selena, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Does that sound like your mother? Let me see here. Oh, she was 52. Did she look older? Did she have like maybe a little bit of white in her hair or gray or something? Did she look a little older than 52? Because I'm 53. I'm older than your mother was. Did she look a little bit older? Or maybe this is your grandmother. Who can you resonate with who I'm describing to you? So that would be the question there. Just adorable. Like, this woman was so sweet. Everyone loved this woman because she was just adorable, and she just didn't have a mean bone in her body at all. Just the sweetest thing ever. So yeah, so let me know what you think about that. Let's see, what do I want to say? So, okay, Selena, I'm not hearing back from you, so I'm just going to see whatever this, if someone else can take that, if Selena can't. There's somebody here who is adorable. She's small, on the smaller side. She's got the light colored, curly, short hair. Really was into just the sweetest thing ever. And she loved flowers. She just loved her flowers. She did. She just loved her. I don't think she was necessarily a gardener per se, but she was. I wouldn't necessarily say she was a gardener, but she just really appreciated the flowers. So yeah, she's a sweetheart. So if anybody can take that, let me know. So Gina says, "Is there any message from my dad? I miss him every day." I know. He knows you miss him every day too. He's like. He feels bad about that. He's saying to me, he's kind of like got one of those dry sort of sense of humor kind of people. And so what he's saying to me is that he's saying to me that he's like, I know she misses me, and I feel bad about that. I really wish I didn't have to leave when I did, but I had to. There was no choice. And it was part of the plan. It was part of like the bigger overall plan. That's what he's saying to me. He's saying that he misses being here. Did I mention him before about how he misses sandwiches or something? He misses like hoagies. Hoagies. I haven't said that. That's a back east term. So let me know what you think about the hoagie word, because that's a back east thing. He misses hoagies. I feel like I've talked to him before. I feel like that I've. So let me know. Gina, let me know if I've talked to him before or whatever. Okay, so then Selena said she was an amazing gardener. Oh, she was an amazing gardener. Okay, great. And she was loved by everybody. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, she had a green thumb. Okay, so this is your mother. But I wonder, did she not look like that? So let me know, did she look like that or not? Because I am getting the gardener for sure. And I mean, I don't see her actually physically doing gardening, but she just really appreciated all the flowers. But she was smaller and all that kind of stuff. So let me know if that's correct. And maybe it is her mother. and maybe they both had a green thumb or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, let me know. So Carolyn says, David passed July 29th. Can you pick up anything? Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me start with Carolyn. Carolyn, David passed away. Can I pick up anything? David. Was David a swimmer? Did David swim a lot? I feel like that he's something around swimming, something around the water, love to be around the water. So yeah. So Carolyn, can you write in? Okay, so Carolyn, if you can write in and let me know, or if you want to call, that would be fine too. But his anniversary is just, in a couple of days, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so I'm getting the swimming. I'm getting like real, I wouldn't say overly athletic, but he was athletic. Does that make sense? That doesn't make any sense at all. But I wouldn't say he was overly athletic, but he was athletic. So whatever, if you can take that, if you can understand that. Oh, he loved fishing. Oh, did he like to swim though? Because I feel like that a lot of the water sports, like there was just water. Did he have a boat? Was there a boat? Because I'm feeling like water, like lake water. Like I don't see ocean. I see like lake stuff. Well, actually, that would be because that would be the fishing. That would make sense, right? So, and let's see, what do I want to say? So Carolyn, are you wanting to know, I feel like I want to say you're planning something kind of goofy. Is there something that you do every year that's just kind of a little bit goofy that you do just to remember him? Like every year on the anniversary of my father's death, I have spaghetti and meatballs. That's just what I do, like something like that. Is there something that you do every year that's goofy? That's not like a normal kind of thing. I know that's kind of, it's kind of a generic thing to say, I guess, but that's whatever it is, he appreciates it. And he watches you do it every single time, and he just thinks that that's really cool. He thinks that that's really cool. Let's see, what else about David? David. He had a good spirit. He was like a nice guy. I feel like that he just had a good sense of humor. And he was like, I feel like he had one of those types of laughs where it was a whole body laugh. Like he would go, you know what I mean? I feel like that his whole body would laugh when he laughed. So I will just give you that. But he is definitely with you for sure. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, great. So he loved fishing, and yes. So, what was no? I wonder what the no was too. But, you don't have anything that you do specifically for him. But I don't know. I feel like that there's something silly. I don't know if you were going to maybe then do something just this year or whatever. But he's with you when you do these things to be with him, to sort of commemorate his passing. I just feel like that he's with you when you there's something that you did or will do. So I'll say it that way. Okay, so thank you, David. I appreciate it. Okay, so Sue says, any message from my husband with our grandson's upcoming birthday? Oh my God. Instantly, I'm seeing, and this goes without saying, and some of these, I can't help it what I get, but I'm seeing like a ton of balloons. Be careful with the balloons. I'm seeing red balloons. Actually, I'm seeing red and blue. Red, white, and blue balloons. I don't know why I'm seeing red, white, and blue balloons, but I'm seeing a ton of them. I don't know if you're planning on getting a ton, but be careful because, yeah, there could be, if they start breaking and stuff like that around the kids. That's what I don't know. So was your husband a little bit of a worrywart about stuff like that? I'm just wondering because that's what I'm getting. Like, oh my God, but you need to be a little bit careful about the balloons, kind of thing. So I'll just give that to you. That's great. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so let me go down here and see. Thanks, Carolyn. I hope that helped. Why don't you private message me, and I'll see, because I want to give you what you need. I want to give you what you need on that. Oh, so Selena says, that she thinks I was picking up her grandmother. The description sounds like her, and her name was Jimmy Lee. Okay, and it's interesting because you said that the anniversary of her death was, your mother's death was coming, but I'm picking up your grandmother. So I think it's just like a hi, visit, how are you? I'm here, I'm with you. And was it your mother's mother, this lady? Because I feel like they're there. I feel like that they're there together, your mother and this older lady, this grandmother. So yeah, and I feel like that they both did like flowers, whether it was gardening or whatever. I feel like that there was a common interest there. So okay, so Delia says, can you tell me something about my oldest daughter? She's shy and would like to know if you have any messages for her. She keeps coming across animals, and I think it's her spirit animal. Oh, wow, that's cool. Hey, I hate when people are shy. That makes me so sad. You don't have to be shy. Me? Look at me. You know, I'm getting an overwhelming thing that I need to tell you, Delia, is private message me about that, because it's going to be a big long thing and I'm coming to the end of the show. So yeah, so private message me about that. We'll talk about that. Okay. Okay. So Gina says, we used to make a lot of sandwiches. That's cool. Kelly says, I've been feeling a lot of anxiety the last few days. I'm sure yes, it's definitely due to Mercury retrograde. I'm worried about a situation with my daughter. I was wondering if you had any insight. Insight. Okay, this will be the last one that I do because I have to. Okay, so Kelly, situation with your daughter. You know, I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm not getting anything about your daughter. Don't make that mean anything. It doesn't mean anything bad or good or anything, right? Not getting anything about your daughter, Kelly, but I am getting that I am getting something about cooking. I don't know if this has to do with your daughter or not, but I'm getting something about cooking. Cooking, like cooking together, cooking dinner. Maybe you're supposed to cook. Maybe your guides or somebody is telling you. Okay, so I'm gonna go off the rails here. Okay, Kelly, I feel like it's your father or grandfather in spirit is telling you to cook with your daughter. That's what I'm getting. Okay, it feels like it's an older male that's telling me this. Cook with your daughter. He's talking about the bonding. There needs to be more bonding with the two of you. There's something about cooking. So I will just leave you with that. So oh, her husband. So Sue's husband was a worrier. Our grandson was only 8 months when he died, so he never got to celebrate the birthday. So yeah, so your husband is worried about the balloons. It's so cute. So that's great. Okay, you're welcome, Selena. And oh, Tari said it sounds like her mom too. So now it feels like it feels like it's the mom. It feels like that it was not Carolyn, but it feels like it was Selena. So yeah, I'm sorry. So at any rate, okay, so I'm going to cut it off. And you know what? You guys are so amazing. I love that you embrace the show like I do. If you ever want me to talk about something specific, bring it up. Private message me. I'm always about that, you know. It may take me a day to get back to you, but private message me. I'm always about helping people. I mean, that's what I want to do. And that's why I like to talk about Gandhi and Dalai Lama and you know, Wayne Dyer and all those people, because I like to help people. So if you want something, please let me know. And I do private readings. You can go to my website, lauriealbert.com. If you're interested in finding out the details of that, please feel free to. You can sign up for my newsletter, which I need to get one out, don't I? So yeah, I need to get one out. So yeah, so I wish you guys all the best. And until next week, try to remember the 3 Ps: patience, persistence, and positivity. And that should be good, right? So until next week, I appreciate you all, and everybody try really hard to stay happy. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Spiritually Speaking with Lori Albert.